Hello everyone. So we were studying chapter number 6, triangle and its properties. In the previous video we have learned and we have completed actually exercise 6.3. So today we'll start exercise 6.4, but before going to the exercise we need to go through some important terms. Okay, so let's start with it. So two spatial triangles. Okay, so we already know about the three type of triangles, that is equilateral, isosceles and scalene. But here we'll discuss about two triangles, because these two triangles, because of their properties, these two triangles turns out to be spatial. So the first one is equilateral triangle. So equilateral triangle is the one in which all the three sides are equal. Okay, all the three sides are equal and also the three angles are same. Okay, so the triangle in which all the three sides are equal are known as equilateral triangle. This is the definition. But since the sides are same, the angles of the triangles are also same. So we can say that in equilateral triangle the sides are of same length and each angle has the measure of 60 degree. Okay, all the angles are same and the measure has to be 60 degree only. Okay, measure is 60 degree. So this is equilateral triangle. Fine. Next is isosceles triangle. In isosceles triangle we know that two sides are same. These two sides are same. But since these two sides are same, what happens? See, the angle opposite to this side and the angle opposite to this side are also same. Means we can say that in isosceles triangles two base angles are also same. We know that this is the base of the triangle on which the triangle is standing. Okay, so these two base angles are also same in isosceles triangle. So we can say that in isosceles triangle two sides have the same length and base angles opposite to equal sides are also equal. Fine. Now one more important property of triangle is that the sum of the length of any two sides of the triangle is greater than the third side. Okay, see here I have drawn a triangle, that is triangle ABC. Okay, now AB plus BC. Okay, if I am adding these two sides, then the addition has to be more than AC. Okay, similarly BC plus C, that is BC plus CA will be more than AB, and CA plus AB will be more than BC. This conditions has to be satisfied. If this condition satisfies, then and then only the formation of triangle can take place, otherwise the triangle cannot be formed. Okay, so you can draw roughly triangle of any measure and you can verify this property. This will definitely satisfy, okay, in that case, because a triangle can be formed only when these properties are satisfied. That is, the sum of the length of any two sides should always be more than the third side. Okay, since we have three sides in the triangle, we'll have three cases in this. Okay, AB plus BC, BC plus CA and CA plus AB, like this. Okay, addition of two should always be greater than the third one. This is very important property of triangle which we have to use while solving exercise 6.4. Now let's start with the exercise C. The question goes like, is it possible to have a triangle with the following sides? Means we are provided with the measurement of the three sides and we are asked to find that is it possible that a triangle will be formed using this measurement. So we'll check the property. Okay, see, 2 plus 3 will have 5, which is not equal to the third side 5. Sorry, which is actually equal, but as per the property it should be greater than 5 and should not be equal than 5. Okay, it should be greater than 5, not equal. Now out of 3, if any single property, if it is not followed even in the single step, then also the formation of triangle is not possible. But still let's check the other two for other two sides. So 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, which shows that the triangle formation cannot take place. Next is 2 and 5. 2 and 5 gives me 8, which is greater than 3. And 3 and 5 will give me 8, which is greater than the remaining side, that is 2. So in these two conditions we get yes, that is formation of triangle is possible. But in the first statement we get negative answer, that the sum of 2 and 3 is 5, which is equal to 5 and not greater than 5. So the triangle is not possible in this case. Okay, now let's see the next question. 3, 6 and 7. So 3 plus 6 will give me 13, will give me 9, which is greater than 7. Similarly 6 and 7 will give me 13, which is greater than 3, and 3 and 7 will give me 10, which is greater than 6. So in all the three statement we get the positive answer, that is yes, and therefore the triangle is possible. Now let's see the next last question. 6, 3 and 2. So 6 plus 3 will give me 9, which is greater than 2. So yes, it is possible. 6 and 2 will give me 9. It will give me 8, which is greater than 3. So yes, again it is possible. Next is 2 and 3 will give me 5, which is less than 6. Okay, which is less than 6. 2 and 3 will give me 5, which is less than 6, which suggests that the triangle is not possible in this case. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Take any point O in the interior of the triangle. Okay, fine. So we are provided with the triangle and we are asked to take the interior point, and then we have to check whether the formation of triangle can take place or not. Fine. So here I have joined O with P, O with Q and O with R. So now next we need to measure OP plus OQ. That is OP and OQ. It should be greater than PQ. Then and then only triangle OPQ or POQ is possible. This is possible with that you can measure the sides and you will come to know. Okay, you have to draw the triangle in your book. You have to join the length, and on measuring we can get to know that OP plus OQ is greater than PQ. Therefore POQ, this small triangle, its formation is possible. Similarly OQ and OR should be greater than QR. On measuring we'll come to know that yes, this triangle formation can also take place. Similarly OR and OP is greater than RP, and here also this small triangle is also possible. Fine. So in all the three cases the triangle is possible, and so logically also the triangle will be possible because we are drawing the small triangles inside the larger triangles. Okay, so if the larger triangle is possible to construct, then but obviously the smaller triangles that we are constructing inside it is also possible. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. Now AM is the median of the triangle. We have studied about median. Fine. AM is the median and we have to check whether AB plus BC plus CA is greater than 2M or not. So AM is median means what? AM is dividing the line segment BC into two equal parts. That is BM and MC are of same length. Okay. Now in this question we have to use that. We know the property that sum of the length of the any two sides of the triangle should be greater than the third length or should be greater than the third side of the triangle. So in triangle ABM, that is in this one triangle, this median has divided the triangle ABC into two parts. The first part is ABM and the second part is AMC. So in first part ABM we can see that AB plus BM, addition of these two sides will be greater than AM. Similarly in this next half triangle, that is AMC, we can see that AC plus MC is greater than AM. Okay, here we have to take AM as subject. Why I have taken AM as subject? Because in question we need to prove that this is greater than 2AM. So accordingly we have to go. In question they have given AM, so we have to make AM as subject. Okay, so in these two half triangles, AB plus BM is greater than AM. Similarly AC plus MC is greater than AM. Okay, now mark these equations as equation number 1 and equation number 2. Okay, now we have to add this equation. Now one thing we need to keep in our mind, that when we are adding equation, left hand side of the equation should be added with the left hand side and right hand side of the equation should be added with the right hand side. So AB plus BM plus AC plus MC will become on left hand side. AM plus AM will come on the right hand side. Okay. Now here I have taken together, or I have clubbed the terms BM and MC. Why I have clubbed? Because BM and MC will give me BC. Okay. Very easily we can see here BM and MC will give me BC, the total length. So I have clubbed this two term, and AM will give me twice of AM. Now AB plus AC and BM plus MC, in place of this I have written BC, which is greater than twice AM. So we have arrived at the statement that was given in the question. Okay, that was given in the question. So we can say that yes, this statement is true. This statement is true. Fine. Similarly, let's move on to the next question. It's quite same only, but instead of triangle we are provided with a quadrilateral. In this we have to prove that AB plus BC plus CD plus DA is greater than AC and BD, that is this diagonals. Addition of all the sides is greater than the sum of the diagonals. Okay. Now see, as I said you earlier, what we need to prove in the question, accordingly we have to move in the answer. See, AC plus BD means we have to make AC and BD as a subject. So if we see AC, so we can see that AC is the common line segment for two triangles, that is for triangle ABC and for triangle ADC. AC is the common line segment. So for two triangles we'll have AC as the common one. So both the triangles we have to consider. Similarly, BD is the common line segment for DCB and DAB. So again both the triangles we have to consider for BD. Fine. So in triangle ABC, that is ABC, we can write AB plus BC will be greater than AC. Similarly, in case of ADC, we can write AD plus DC, which is greater than AC. Now for BD, we can write AB plus AD is greater than DB, and CB and DC is greater than DB. So all the four cases I have written here, we have to mark it as equations 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again same procedure we have to follow. We have to add all these equations. Okay, we have to add all these equations. So here I have added the left hand side part of all the four equations on the left hand side and the right hand side part of all the equations on the right hand side. So here we can collect the like terms. We have to collect the like terms, like AB will go with AB, BC will go with BC, AD will go with AD and DC will go with DC. So we have two terms of each side. Okay, we have two terms like this. We have to club the similar one. And one thing keep in your mind while collecting the like term, that CB and BC are same. Okay, so they can be collected together. Similarly here AC twice we have and DB twice we have, so it will become twice of AC and twice of DB. Okay, and here also on collecting the like terms we can see that we'll have twice AB, twice BC, twice AD and twice DC. Okay, now 2 is common in all the terms on left hand side, that I have taken common. Similarly 2 is also common on the right hand side in both the terms, that also we can take common. Now this 2 can be cancelled out because it is common on both the sides. Okay, with this 2 can be cancelled out and will be left only with this statement, that is AB plus BC plus AD plus DC, which is greater than AC plus BD. And so we can see that yes, this statement is also true. The statement given in the question is true. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this question is similar as question number 4. We are provided with a quadrilateral and we need to see that if AB, BC, CD and DA, sum of these terms is less than twice of AC and BD or not. Okay, so again we have to start with the same statement, that we know that sum of the length of any two sides should be greater than the third side. So if I talk about AOB, we can write AB. Okay, AB is less than AO and OB. Okay, this small triangle we have to consider AOB. Okay, see in this question we have to make subject AC and BC the diagonals only, but what we have to do, we have to, in this question we need to prove that this is smaller than this terms. So what we can do, we have to take individually these four triangles. Can you see that these diagonals have divided this quadrilateral into 4 smaller triangles. So one by one we have to consider these smaller triangles and then we can prove this statement very easily. So in triangle AOB, AB is less than OA and OB. Similarly in triangle BOC, BC is less than OC plus OB. In triangle COD, that is COD, DC is less than OC and OD, and in triangle AOD, AD is less than OD plus OA. Fine. So again we'll get 4 equations over here. We have to add them up. Okay, left hand side with the left hand side and right hand side with the right hand side. So on right hand side we'll have more terms. Okay, we have to collect the like terms. We'll get it as 2OA, 2OB, 2OC and 2OD. Now here see one thing, at OA and OC, OA and OC together will give me AC. Okay, AO and OC together gives AC. Similarly OD plus OB together gives me DB. So we have to collect terms like that. This will become twice of OA plus OC plus DO plus OB. 2 is common, that's why I have taken it out. OA plus OC will give me AC and OD plus OB will give me BC. So the statement given in the question is true. Now the last question of this exercise. The length of the two sides of the triangle are this and this, that is 12 and 15. Now between what two measures should the length of the third side fall? Means in a given triangle, we are provided with the two lengths and the third and range of the third length we have to find. Okay, range of the third length means in what should be the measurement, or in what range should the measurement of the third length fall. Okay, so we know that addition of two sides of triangle is always greater than the third side. Means if we will add 12 and 15 and we will get 27. So the third side has to be less than 27. Okay, the third side has to be less than 27. But also the difference of these two will give me 3 centimeter. That is, the third length should be greater than 3 but should be less than 27. Okay, see, one time you have to add and one time you have to subtract these two lengths. So on addition we'll get 27, that is the maximum limit. Okay, so the third side has to be less than this, and while subtracting we'll get it as 3 centimeter. Means whatever the third side is, whatever the length of third side is, but it should be greater than 3 and less than 27. So this is the range for the third side of the triangle. So this is all we have in this exercise. With this we have completed exercise 6.4. Hope you understood, but still, in case if you have any queries, you can discuss it with me. Thank you.